As a leader, do you feel your lack of technical experience is holding your company back? Okay, self-awareness, good start. But in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 impulses that non-tech execs should work really hard to avoid. You've been warned. Hi, my name is Adam McGowan, Firefield's CEO. My day job is to help non-technical leaders harness technology to grow, protect, or spark change in their businesses. I created Tech for the Exec to help you do the same. In this video, I'm going to take you through 5 common tendencies of non-tech execs that, if unchecked, could really be detrimental to your business or technical progress. Okay, number 1, not embracing what you don't know. For type A, really successful execs, this is a hard one. The idea that you know a lot is true. The idea that you're really successful, it's true. The idea that you then need to tell people that you don't know what you're talking about, it's really hard. But it's one of the key attributes to make for a great non-tech exec. The idea that you can ask for help. The idea that you understand the things that you don't know is hugely important. Knowing what you don't know means that you know how to ask the right questions. It means you know how to surround yourself with the right people. It means you know how to find the expertise that's most appropriate for the job to get done. So we've sort of got to check ego at the door, not be as prideful, figure out ways that we can take our type A personalities and still push them forward by embracing what we do, and most importantly, what we don't already know. Pitfall number 2 is not having a good believability detector. So it's almost by definition going to be the case that if you're going to embark in a technical project, you're going to have to get a lot of exposure to concepts you don't necessarily understand, things that are not in your sphere of experience. And that also means the people who are going to do the work are people that are likely going to have to get permission or funding or some sort of sign-off from you. You're going to be making lots of decisions based on information that might be really, really new to you. I see lots of non-tech execs who unfortunately don't have a great believability detector. They hear people use buzzwords. They hear them use concepts they don't understand. They hear them name drop. They hear them make reference to lots of different things that sound really great. Oftentimes they don't mean much. So the skill here is to figure out how to ask the right questions. Figure out how to get them to dig deeper. If you can get someone to translate technobabble into something you can understand, that's real mastery of the subject. So really put an emphasis on this believability detector because you're going to have to do it to be able to be successful in a technology project. Pitfall number 3, not giving yourself enough credit. It might be a surprise to you that this is on the list, but I see it happen all the time. That sometimes leaders that I meet are so good at the things that they do that when they feel like something's outside their sphere of influence or understanding, they just assume they know very little. They're either perfect or nothing. There is no middle ground. That's a big mistake. Tech is complicated. Tech is moving very fast, but consistent underlying high quality approaches to management and leadership still apply. Your BS detector still applies. Your ability to ask good questions still applies. Your ability to ask, what's the return on that to the business? I don't just care about how newfangled or design savvy or innovative it is. What does it really mean for the business? So a lot of times, I've seen non-tech execs get to a place where once they're outside their comfort zone, some of their other sensibilities kind of fall apart. Don't let it happen. Some things are not tech specific. In tech projects, much of it is actually not tech specific. So keep a tight handle on your instincts, focus on the strengths that you have, and don't sell yourself short. Pitfall number 4. Assuming progress and scale happen in a straight line. For lots of different projects, things can seem really linear. If you add more resource, you get more results. You double up the people, you cut the time to deliver in half. Well, it doesn't always work that way in tech. In fact, sometimes it can go the opposite. That at a certain size, of project for tech. If you add more resource, things could even slow down. It's extremely frustrating if you're not prepared for it. So don't assume things are linear in tech. It has a very different trajectory. Still very effective, but it's really important in the planning stages not to fall for this pitfall that when you're planning to assume, great, you have a team of X, make it 2X and we'll cut time in half. Doesn't always work and can make for a lot of frustration and in many cases, really bad decision making at the beginning of a project. All right, and the fifth pitfall. This is treating tech like a project and not a product. So what do I mean by this? When you look at something as a project, it's usually a list of to-dos. You create milestones, you create tasks, you create a timeline, you just start trying to hit deliverables. Sure, you need to do that in technology too, but the difference is what happens when you're done? What happens when you meet those milestones? Do you check the box and say mission accomplished and move on? Well, with a product, you don't. With a product, you've got tasks, you've got objectives, you've got milestones, you have all of that, but it's more of a living, breathing thing. If you're building tech, you're doing so for a purpose. It has a goal and an objective, and it's going to help you, your company, and your prospects. What that means is that it's a living, breathing thing. It's going to need care, it's going to need attention, and it's going to need the mindset that it is a product, even if it's incredibly simple. It might seem not complex, it might be a small project, but it still needs that care. So I oftentimes see non-tech execs have a very bulleted list approach, and once they check all the boxes, the project is over. It's not true. Think of tech as a product and start embracing the entire life cycle and the impact it's going to have on your company. Okay, now we know what to avoid. Let's figure out what to aspire to. Click this video for strategies to make you the best non-tech exec you can possibly be. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting new content weekly to help you compete and win in an increasingly technical world. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.